Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Christiana and I am on the road to 40. So this is a series of daily vlogs that I'm currently doing leading up to my 40th birthday. This is currently a creative outlet project, not really anything it's not a business venture, anything, that's elaborate. It's just a creative way for me to share my life and to do something other than what my main bread and butter is, which is real estate. So that's what we're doing here. Today is day 9 on the road to 40. So, and today is Wednesday the 6th, 5th. When you don't work a job that gives you a daily routine or a structure, half the time I don't know what day it is, and it's a bit embarrassing, but it's true. I don't know what day it is half the time. Anyway, let's get into why we are here this morning. And I don't usually, for some reason, I don't really think to pick up the camera in the mornings, but this morning I woke up feeling inspired to share my goals, current goals that I have for this month. We're rounding out Q1 at the end of this month, so I wanted to go back and revisit what I had put in my journal for goals for Q1 and see where we are. So that's what we're doing this morning. So let's start with I was going to say July. Whoa, March's goals. And I just got the opportunity this morning to write these out. So they are fresh. I use the Dash Planner, which I think I've mentioned before in a previous vlog. If I remember, I will put the link to the Dash Planner in the description box for you to go and check it out. It's an Etsy purchase, and this is my, I believe, second year that I'm using this planner. I'm pretty off and on when it comes to planners. I usually will get really hyper focused and really good about using my planner on a daily basis to start. Then I'll have a little bit of a hiatus and I'll come back. So I'm usually on and off over the course of the year. But yeah, that's the planner. And I am currently in the monthly overview portion. Oops. I would pick it up and show it to you in the camera, but it's probably just going to be glare, and yeah. So I am in the March 2025 overview tab of the planner, and I will run through each of the sections, let you know what I have, and just go from there. And hopefully this is a call to action or inspiration for you to think about what your goals are. I think that, sometimes we put a lot of emphasis on goals and sometimes it can be a bit much. Everything in moderation, obviously, but I think that when you have something to work towards, you tend to have better success in attaining those goals. So I find that when I am rogue and I don't have anything like a plan of action in place, I find that I'm often trying to do way too many things at one time, and that never works out for me at all. So yeah, I know that this is a valuable tool for me in terms of staying focused and really staying inspired. I think that that's an important thing for me, because when I feel like I'm just turning my wheels and I'm not attaining what I want to attain, I think that I get frustrated. So that's why I plan. If you are a list planning girly, let me know in the description box why you like planning, writing lists and planning. I love writing a good list, and I love planning things out. I have to say I haven't always been that way, but I find a lot of comfort in doing that as I've gotten older, because the unexpected is not exciting to me anymore. Like, it can be in certain circumstances, but when it comes to my professional life, when it comes to my mental health, and just overall sense of stability, I feel like I need to have some semblance of a plan or understanding as to what it is that I'm trying to attain. So that's where I'm at in my life at this point, 39 going on 40, when it comes to planning. Let's move into the monthly plan. So in the planner, at the top in a gray box, it has this month's focus, and that's where you put, overall what you want to focus on for the month. So for me, I have building an audience for both brands, and when I use the terminology brands, it refers to this. So I have two entities, or two, they're businesses technically, they're LLCs. I have this brand, which is Christiana Yanis, which is my lifestyle, beauty, makeup, fashion, style, all the things that if I could choose what I would be interested in to do it for the rest, the things that I'm most interested in, but not in a serious way. I don't know how to explain it. I enjoy these things. I enjoy talking about these things. I enjoy dabbling in these things casually. So that's this brand, Christiana Yanis. My other brand, which is my real estate company, that is under my just name, Christiana Brown. So yes, I have two different brands. I will put my real estate information in the description box, my other channel, website, etc., etc. This is a guilty plug for my real estate business, but if you are in the market to buy or sell, I'm located in the DMV. But even if you're not located in the DMV and you're looking to connect with a real estate professional, I'm happy to connect you with someone vetted in my reliable network of agents. And scene. Okay, so my first focus for this month is to build my audience for both brands. And that just means having more engagement, having more subscribers, having more followers on all of my social media platforms. And for me, as someone who really just ghosted social media years ago, like I just didn't find a lot of fulfillment in actively participating in the creation and posting of content on social media, I have a huge uphill battle for myself because I'm starting from ground zero. I'm literally reconnecting with people that I haven't talked to in a decade, 5 years, a decade. Like, I'm trying to reconnect with people that I haven't really like engaged with in a long time. So that's been interesting, but I'm always up for the challenge, right? Right. The next thing on my list for focuses for this month is procuring at least one viable real estate client. So just to give you a little bit of backstory, I have been licensed and in real estate for 11 years. A few years in, I switched roles. So I went from being a salesperson or a real estate agent, as commoners may know us as, and switched to a support role in a company. So I was working as a transaction coordinator for 6.5 years, working with agents, guiding clients through the process, but on the back end. So I wasn't selling, and I wasn't interfacing directly with clients. It was more of a customer support, customer service kind of role, but there also were, aspects of the role that required me to still be licensed. So I still I've been licensed my entire time in real estate, but recently at the top of this year, I decided to take a leap of faith and leave my corporate job to go back to being a salesperson. So it's been about a little less than 2 months that I've been back in the game. And again, another area in which I'm starting from ground zero. I have a few past clients, but it's been a long time since I have engaged with those clients, since there really was no need for me to engage with them while I was in a corporate setting. So there's lots of reaching out, re-engaging, reconnecting going on. It was happening last month, and it will continue this month as a focus. My final thing that I have under this month's focus is finding balance and consistency in routines. And this is across the board in everything. This includes my personal routines in terms of working out, in terms of meal planning, in terms of organizing and keeping, my home clean and a positive environment for me to be able to conduct my business. I think that I really have struggled with finding balance and consistency in routines because I'm very passionate about all of the things that I'm doing right now. And I feel like when that's the case, I always tend to abandon the other things. So this month, I'm hoping to find a routine that aligns and balances everything in a way that is attainable. Because I really have been struggling. I'm very tired. I'm going to drink my coffee anyway. Shout out to the coffee drinkers. I need my caffeine boost every morning, but I shouldn't be this tired. I think I'm working very hard, but not necessarily as smart as I should be. So that's something that I want to improve on overall for this month. Now that I've gotten through this month's focuses, now it breaks everything down into 3 categories: personal, work/school, if you're in school, and home. And you can kind of put out different tasks, objectives, things that you want to keep top of mind or you want to remember for this month. So I'll start with my personal box. I don't think anything under here is too personal. No. Okay. So just building off of what I was just talking about under the month's focus, under my personal box, I have prioritize downtime, goes hand in hand. Reestablish a workout routine, so that's a bit more specific into finding the balance and consistency in my personal routines. I, at the top of the year, started working out and consistently worked out 1 to 2 times most days for about a month and a half, from the top of January through mid-February. And then I just kind of fell off, with, getting pictures for my real estate business, and then my birthday. There just were a lot of things that I decided to take a step back from working out to enjoy some of my personal life events. Look, as a Black girl, my hair, it's hard to have straight hair and work out, do HIIT and run and do crazy things. It's just hard. And I natural hair is no easier, in my opinion. I mean, my hair is technically natural. It's just straightened. But I know a lot of people, the verbiage and the terminology of natural means different things to different people. My hair is not chemically processed. At this point, I think that the consistent heat may have broken the bonds. So I don't think that it is the same texture as it is when it grows out of my head, which is that's a video for a whole nother day with hair. We'll get into that. But I think that that is something that holds me back from working out. And I just have to find a healthy balance and medium, figure out how to do it where I can accomplish what it is I need to accomplish in the workout front, but not feel like I'm abandoning my personal appearance, basically. And then the third thing on this list is to develop systems to keep things organized. And again, that's going to be using my journal. It's going to be, creating lists. It's going to be making sure that when I establish a system that I stick with it. So if I say on Sunday evenings, I need to meal plan for the week, I have to actually on Sunday sit down and meal plan for the week. So it's just a matter of coming up with a process, coming up with systems, and actually sticking to them. Because as a systems and process girl, I love coming up with a good system. Sticking with the system, that's the challenge right there. That's the issue for me. And it all comes down to just consistency. That's a word that you'll hear me say a lot, because that's really and truly, I want to say, my biggest challenge, but I think it's most people's biggest challenge. It's staying consistent. When you do set yourself up for success, you do come up with the elaborate plans and routines and things that do help you have wins. It's a matter of coming up with a plan of action that ensures that you can stay the course in that plan. So that's my focus this month, on a personal front as well. Moving on to work, I'm not currently in school, but for work, I have stay consistent on social media for both brands. That speaks for itself. I've been very consistent on social media for both brands. I haven't posted anything under my personal or the one that would be attached to this brand. I haven't posted any posts under that one, but I have a list of posts that I'm working on that I will be posting in the coming days, weeks. So stay tuned for that. If you aren't following me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram under my username. The next thing on my list is to build an audience. And I think that I briefly mentioned this in my last video at the end, but I would like to have at least 50 subscribers on this channel and also on my real estate channel by the end of this month. And I would like to have 100 plus followers on each of my Instagrams. Now for my personal one, that's not a huge task because I'm pretty close to 100. I know, I really I have no followers on anything, and it's because I just abandoned my social medias that's the way. That's why. I do have one account that has more followers. It's another personal account that I don't use anymore. And I've been feeding a lot of things to that channel to try and get followers and engagement on my other channels, which has been working. So I will continue to do that as a strategy to build my audience on these platforms, these new platforms, and new accounts. So that's a plan. And then I also want to start a newsletter for my real estate brand. That's a given, and that's just to engage my potential real estate clients a bit more. So that is on my to-do list for March for when it comes to work. And then for home, I have one thing that I have prioritized for the month of March, and that's declutter and organize. And that pretty much is something that stays consistent for the entire year. I always have to remind myself, declutter, organize, declutter, organize. Because if I don't say it and keep it top of mind, it doesn't happen, and then things go left. It goes crazy. So I'm just the type of person that I have to repeat things to myself over and over and over again for it to stay top of mind. So if you are like that too, let's connect down in the description box, because I think that we are kindred spirits. And then finally, there is a column that's called Life Balance, and it's a call to action. It basically asks you to put an activity or an intention for each life area that you would like to focus on this month. So I'll run through those really quickly. The first one is emotional, mental, and I have journaling, meditation. Also for spirituality, I have the same thing. So I believe that they're all intertwined. I feel that a healthy emotional or mental state is usually resonates healthy spirituality. And for me, writing and having moments of introspection, so meditation. And I know in meditation you're supposed to clear your thoughts, but I like times where I can do that, but I also like times where I just sit with myself and my thoughts and just ruminate with those for a second, process those, like come to some kind of conclusion or arrive at some, one point to another point when I just sit in silence or sit in spaces by myself. I really used to be petrified about being at home and not socializing when I was younger, but I quite enjoy my time to myself now. And often when I'm by myself, that's what I'm doing. I'm just processing everything that I have going on in my brain and making sense of it and, neatly aligning it in ways that makes logical sense, So I'm doing that. The next category under this one is health and fitness, and I've already touched on this, but meal prepping and planning. And also, I want to get back to working out regularly, not as rigorous. I want to challenge myself to do 3 or more workouts per week. So minimally, I would like to work out 3 times a week. So that's like approximately every other day. If I can do more workouts, that's fine, but the baseline, I want to do at least 3 workouts per week, and I think that's attainable. So that's what we're going to get into for this month. For social and relationships, I have continued reconnecting with friends and family, keeping it easy breezy at that. As far as dating is just something that I don't have time for. I'm on, I think, just one app at the moment, and as men reach out to me to want to spark up conversation, I just find myself not interested in putting forth the time and energy that I feel that I would need to make it purposeful. So for me, it's just like something that I'm doing to pass the time. Like it's a little bit of a nervous tick, and I think I just need to cut it out of my space, my routines at the moment. So I think my call to action for myself when I get off of here is to delete the app, because I just don't have time. I don't have time for that right now. I just don't. I already don't have enough hours in the day for just doing things related to these 2 endeavors, and also having some semblance of a personal social life outside of these. So I think that is just something that is expendable to me in this moment right now. I can always revisit and go back once I have a bit more stability with the things that I'm prioritizing right now. But right now, I don't have the time for it, so it's gotta go. Under learning and education, I have a DEI designation that I'm doing for real estate, which just speaks for itself because I'm a strong advocate for DEI and just inclusivity in general. So speaks for itself. And then continuing education classes, which is just an ongoing thing. I'm always looking to expand my knowledge base, but also staying compliant with my licenses. So that will be something that's consistently under learning and education, expanding my knowledge base for my real estate business. And then also I want to look into some classes or some activities that I can improve my video editing and image editing skills and techniques. Everything that I've been doing in these videos has been self-taught. I basically opened up Premiere Pro and just started playing with it. And then when I wanted to try and execute specific things, I would just Google what it is that I was trying to do. And then I would play with the app until I figured out how to execute what it is that I looked up. So everything that I've done has been self-taught. I haven't had any like professional classes or training, but I would like to elevate my content. I think naturally that will happen, but I also think that it will require some level of intent from me to seek out the information on how I can improve my my content. So that's something that I'm going to look into this month. Am I going to actually take classes this month? May not have the time, but I actually want to look up resources that I can go to and sign up for classes or look into when I have the time to do so. So there's that. And then for hobbies and recreation, it's something that I haven't prioritized much because I really am all hands on deck, all two of these hands on deck with my brands and businesses. So I really haven't had time to look into a hobby or a recreational activity that I want to dive into. I put tennis or photography. I have some photography education and experience, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it primarily on a hobby level, not professionally. So I'm thinking about doing something, basically dipping my feet back into the photography pool a bit, but on a recreational level. And then also tennis is just something that sticks out to me. It has for quite some time that I want to learn. I think it would be a good physical outlet. So, we're getting a little bit of movement, which is healthy and good for me, but it's also an activity. So it's fun and it doesn't make me feel like I'm exercising or working out. So I'm going to look into some tennis courses. I know if my therapist is looking at this, she's going to be like, girl, we've been looking into tennis lessons for a long time, but I'm actually going to look into tennis lessons. So yeah, that is the March 2025 overview of my goals for this month. Now I want to briefly, quickly, because this video, I don't want it to be too long. I say that every time and then they end up being like 20 plus. I think my last video was 30 minutes. Like, girls, they're getting too long. They're getting too long for daily. But I have things to say, So let me go to my quarterly goals really quickly and we can run through those and I can let you know where we're falling so far. Okay. So, the focuses that I had for this quarter were to create the foundation for my businesses. Check. Establishing routines and schedule. Still a work in progress, but it's on our radar. Reconnecting with colleagues and friends. We're very much doing that. Launching both businesses. They're essentially launched. I'd say that my real estate business is fully launched. I'd say this endeavor is not launched, and I think it's because I'm in a gray area in space in terms of like whether I want to fully go pedal to the floor on this as a business endeavor or if I want to keep it casual and keep it like just a creative outlet. I know that when I introduce myself in this channel and this project that it is currently a creative outlet and not a business endeavor, but I don't know. There may be business opportunity here and I may want to explore it. So there's that. And then consistency. Yes, girl, we're always working to stay consistent. So I think that we are on track in terms of our focuses for this quarter. And then I have a couple of specific things that I had outlined for January and February. Getting my LLC set up for my real estate business, which I've done. Website and branding for both this brand and my real estate brand. We're working on this brand still, but my real estate brand website and branding is done. Plan and begin marathon training. Woo! I, at the top of the year, said that I wanted to run a marathon before my 40th birthday. We have not even started on that path. So, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to actually get to that this quarter, but we'll see. The quarter's not over yet, so we may actually be able to implement that in some way, but not likely. And then finally, just writing out some specific goals and budgets, which I'm pretty good on the goals end. The budget side, I have the framework of what it is that I'm working with and tracking my expenses and figuring out exactly how I want to allocate my funds, both for my real estate business and for this endeavor, but it's not as specific as it should be, so we need to work on that. And that's it. That's it. So I'd say that we are doing pretty good as far as goals and staying the course. I think I'm planning to get a little bit more focused and aggressive with my real estate business practices, just to really get things going over there, because we have to start, making some income because I have bills that I need to pay. So I think it's really a time for me to kind of get focused and really, really hit the ground running on that front over there. I think I've been doing a pretty good job, but I need to take it to the next level, if you will. But that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching another video with me. Please, on your way out, hit the like button. Please also subscribe if you're not currently subscribed, and leave a comment down below. What's your goals? What do you think of my goals? Let me know in the comment box below, and we will chit chat down there. Okay? I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.